Okay,
Live with
we are.
We are live now with Curvy Chat. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm excited. We've got Emily here and guest
Hi.
Sean Black.
What's hood? What's hood? It's time.
Yes, thank you for joining us tonight for Curvy Chat. I'm excited for this conversation. Emily and I have been working for a little bit on trying to get the opportunity to have guests on, and was excited to have a male perspective because typically, we've got a couple females that come on and have conversation, but you are a vocal advocate in the plus size community and in your community in general. So wanted to make sure we got you on to have this conversation. So thank you for joining us.
All facts. Appreciate it.
So a little bit about yourself, if you want to go ahead and give us a little intro.
My name is Sean Black. I am a professional wrestler based out of Inglewood, California. I've been doing it for 10 years, independent scene. On top of that, just make it fast, I'm also a big community advocate ever since my great friend who was a community leader, Oscar Choir Boy Duncan, was tragically killed to gun violence, being an innocent person. And he loved to be involved in the community and things like that. So once he passed away, he had such a big influence on the community. I saw some of the places that he went to help out and things like that. And one of them was a ceasefire committee, moms and other former gang members against gun violence. I decided to join and help them with whatever I can. I'm also part of a hip-hop church LA with old school rapper Curtis Blow, if y'all familiar with old school rap. It's a gospel hip-hop ministry, and we do community outreach, etc. So, like I said, on top of the wrestling, I enjoy giving back to the community I came from. You know what I'm saying? I was blessed to be one of the ones that stay out the way. I was considered one of the nerdy black kids, all that. But like I said, I was blessed to be one of the ones to, not so much, I hate that term, make it out, but to show that a rose can't grow from concrete, just besides situations we've been in and things like that, all that. I still continue to love the hood, I don't, it's ups and downs about it, you know what I'm saying? But I want to share more of the ups that we have. So, yeah, that's on the side of wrestling, and also I work for Ability First, which is a nonprofit for children and adults with special needs. And that's about sums me up in the quick version, because it's a million and one things I can say. I can take up the whole podcast.
A jack of all trades. I love it. No, that's great. And, there's kind of a couple reasons why we wanted to have you on. Like I said, you have a really strong voice in the community when it comes to speaking about kind of some of the ongoings in the plus size community specific to the event world. But also you've been advocating quite a bit for racial injustice on your page, which, we've talked at length about. So given, kind of the climate that we're in right now, I guess so. So it's before we dive into that, let me go into the plus size community though. So how long have you been aware of and around the plus size community? What's your background there?
I'm doing reverse. Due to wrestling, picking up and a lot of projects happening and all that, I've kind of slowed down. I'm sure most know, because there was a point where if anything and everything is happening, your boy Sean was there. But I've decided to, like I said, push, step on my wrestling career. And like I said, I started a company to help out the community. So I got a lot of projects happening. However, from the sides, I do support, even though I can't be there as much, I'm sure you've seen, I still promote people's events, all that good stuff that come with it. Like I said, I'm trying to condense everything. I'm trying to take a little show, but I actually started having love for plus size. I was like 12, 13. You already know when them puberty and them hormones start hitting, all that. I love girls of all shapes and sizes. And but I really like I said, it's funny because I ended up dating a little bit. The crush I had, it was a plus size girl in my little 8th grade class. I had eyes, and So it's crazy. It sucks that throughout high school, and I'm sure you experienced it when you at the time. It's funny nowadays; it's a little bit more acceptable in the high schools and things, but at the time, like I said, the BB Dubs or the plus side had crushes on. When I was saying, oh, what? That's a big girl. Oh no, what's wrong with you doing that? So I was scared because of peer pressure, but I had hella crushes on. Woo! There's a couple still this day. I was still like man, if I was this old me would have said. So it was crazy. When I was in high school, I saw a commercial for Club Curves at the time. Club Curves was a hot club out here in LA. And it was in Culver City at the time. I was like, hey, you got to be 21. So I'm like, fuck, 17. So eventually, it's funny, right after and then, like I said, I had a girlfriend, and she, like I said, young. I don't even count young relationships under 25. They're stupid. She ran into my little stash. She's like, "You like fat girls? What's wrong with you? You have a fetish?" And she hammered it home, and then my stepdad, he found my little stash, and so it made me feel like I had like a fetish. But I was like, what the fuck? Like, these are women. I'm not looking at something crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, I was like, F that. My 21st birthday, it was funny. Before, when I always go to Redondo Beach, it was Redondo Beach at the time. It was the lines and stuff would show on Friday, Saturday nights. Now, you know how 19 to 21, unless you got a fake ID, it's only so much you can do. So I would walk by, like, say if I was in Redondo Beach or something, I was like, damn, that's that club. Like, I wish I could get in. I wish I could get in. My 21st birthday hit, I had a party. And then the next day, I went to a concert. Big concert in LA, Summer Jam. And then the next week, I was ready. I went to Club Curves. But this is pre-shy me. Like I said, over time, and we can touch on this later, a lot of women think that men just become like horn dogs and players no matter what. Women do men dirty. At the time, yeah, remember that. Women do men dirty. I know y'all be like, no, look, women do men dirty. And women create some shady men. So we can talk about that. We can talk about that later. I can drop names, everything. Men don't just become crazy out or dirty out anyway. So I went to Club Curves by myself. And I remember I was like, so like quiet. This is like, whatever. I want you to be quiet and observe. I'm like, like I'm in a big girl club, like whatever. And I was sitting just quietly, sit quietly. Remember, everybody, so I'm fresh 21. Everybody else like 20, 25, way older.
You're like a kid in a candy shop.
Yeah, but it's crazy. I was more shy. Like I said, I didn't develop the Sean. I didn't have the Sean Black I am now. Then I was like still high school, collegey, and still somewhat shy, whatever. So the first night, I just sat quietly and I just observed. I sat the whole night. I stood a little bit. I had like one drink, and I was just like, yo. And then I saw some of my favorite adult stuff. I was like, yo, that's so-and-so, that's so-and-so. Oh, my God, they in here. So I was just quiet. And then, I just went home. No numbers, nothing. I was just observing. And I thought, people smile at me or, whatever. But then the second time I went, that's when, like I said, same thing, very quiet. And I danced a little bit, sat back down. But ever since then, I had another buddy who said he wanted to go, he was interested. It's been on ever since. And then from there, it just started rolling over. And then some of my friends went. Some people used to make fun of me when I started going to bounce into curves. Then I started promoting for a short run at this club called Hush. And there it goes. Just took off ever since. And there was points that, I was at every event. If there was an event, I was going to be there. This is pre-wrestling.
Yeah. And, what's interesting, I don't know if you know this, Sean's actually one of the first people that I met at my first event in Las Vegas. It was my birthday weekend, and I was there. And it was interesting because I met a lot of people, and it's like he described, on the female side of it, when you go to your first event, you're so overwhelmed. Like we've talked a little bit about that in past, past conversations. You're so overwhelmed, even on the female side, especially because there's a lot of guys there that are like there to celebrate plus size women. They're there to celebrate our body type. So it's different from going to a normal club or a normal party where it's like, yeah, there's probably going to be a guy there that I'm attracted to that may be into me too. This is like all kinds of all kinds of people.
Like you said, a kid in a candy shop.
Exactly.
It's a whole new world.
Totally.
Yeah.
And what was really great about, Sean and I meeting was that he actually gave me a lot of really great insight. And we've talked about that, I know, in our friendship. He's, in terms of that observing, because one thing that you will pick up very quickly from being in the community is observations go into how you dictate your behavior in that community typically. So just a little backstory there. So I guess this is kind of off. I'm a little off the beat there, but I'm curious because I know you've talked a little bit about kind of your perspective on your personal page when it comes to the events. Do you see attending the events as I mean, you're a bigger guy, a plus size guy. I guess you do some modeling for a company, right?
Shout out for Fat Boy Moving Clothing. Thank you.
Yep. There you go. Got to lead into it. Yeah. So do you see a perspective attending those events also as a plus size guy?
It's weird because some consider me like a tweener.
Mm-hmm.
I work out, obviously got the arm. I'm a little belly guy, but other than that, I work out. I'm sure you see some wrestling and all that. And yes, I'm just gonna say it. Yeah, straight up. You can see the difference between that and a guy who's real skinny and chiseled or very muscular and chiseled. Fortunately, like I said, I've always been the in between. But I've really seen shitty treatment to big guys. Yeah, I've seen, and there's been countless internet arguments about this. I've seen people say, "What's preference?" And I've seen girls make fun of dudes who are big, and they're like damn near the same size. And I'm like, what am I missing here? You know what I'm saying? And they say, "Oh, it's a preference," all that. But I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the time limit on this show, but because I can go,
there isn't one. You're fine. Yeah, we go over all the time.
I'm gonna just straight up say it. But like I said, I don't like to. I heard the term recently, pontificate. Like, get to the point. Don't go around. I'm gonna try that. I know. I'm gonna keep it real, and I know that we're humans. We get turned on. We see something fine. We've been drinking, and that person is giving some attention to me. You know what I'm saying? I've been there. I'm sure we all have been there. We just gonna go for it. Especially with something we prefer, or something we just like, woo wee. You know what I'm saying? The problem with that is not so much a problem is I've seen straight up. I'm not hating. I've seen straight up some buff chiseled, no homo. You know what I'm saying? No, nothing against the gay people. Gay family, but no, not even solid looking dudes, ripped chiseled. Just come to the bash, come to an event, take down about 5-6 women. You'll never see them again. Why? Because it's a fetish. It's just something they wanted to try. I've seen some of these cats, like I said, I've known some personally. I'm gonna just be straight up, who, like I said, either want to try it or have even worse intentions. And I just seen a couple of these dudes come clean house and be with smaller women, all their Facebook, everything, so.
But they're still showing up at the parties.
Yeah.
And disappearing with so and so. Yeah.
Yeah. Because people let it happen. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
And of course, like you said, it is about preference, but as somebody just commented, it is about preference, though. No one should make fun of anyone, but you don't have to like a big guy because you're a big girl, which is true. But the point is, you want to be accepted wherever you go. So to be made fun of for being a certain size, and the woman is that size, that's uncalled for. That's not what this should be about.
Well, exactly. The entire community is built on being an inclusive environment. So it should not be size acceptance, body positivity, and appreciation for just women. It should be for the men too. Even if you have your preference, you can still support and appreciate and show love to big guys. You don't have to go sleep with them, but you can still show love and lift people up. Like, that's what it's about, is lifting people up.
And Abby, you know, like I said, everybody know whether you. I got a couple people that know it's cool. We ain't gonna win everybody over, but Abby, you see me straight up. I go around the whole room and I talk to people. Hi, how you doing? This and that. That's just me personally. I've always been like, over time, like I say, when I grew more socially and all that, you know what I'm saying? If I see somebody by themselves sitting there, I don't care how you look. I'm gonna holler at you, make you feel welcome, get to know all that, you know what I'm saying? That's all we have to do, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's not meant to be with or sleep with everybody. That's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm just seeing some blatant disrespect of big dudes, you know what I'm saying?
Or fat shaming. Somebody just said in the comments, there are plenty of women who fat shame based on their own insecurity. I respect a woman when she says she does not prefer a big guy without having to demean them. Absolutely. We should all have mutual respect and understanding of each other. And then, like you said, it's just providing that inclusive environment, making people feel welcome regardless of their size, their color, how they look. Everybody should be welcome at a body positive size acceptance event, period.
You know, like I said, these events don't necessarily mean, like I said, and there's stupid men and there's dumb women, and like I said, on both sides. It don't necessarily mean you come out there to hook up and all that, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So throw that out there. A lot of people put that first. I don't go to bashes because it's all about hooking up. And then shut the fuck up. No. You are in charge of what you do. You know what I'm saying? You are
you're right.
We're grown.
Yeah. There's footage of me doing like 4 or 5 in the morning, stand-up comedy. I'm drunk, just having fun. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere around. I think BC has it or something, but I'm drunk, me, Jordan, like I said, those are the things that kind of don't get shown or pushed, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, I made friends from all around the world, you know what I'm saying? Or people I'm cool with, so that's what we need to push first and foremost when it comes to these, you know what I'm saying? It's horn dogs everywhere. You can't escape it. You know what I'm saying? And so what if somebody wants to get it in? You don't know, I think it's fucked up is people like to laugh and tell stories about the big girls who hook up at these things or the dudes who hook up at these things when you're in Vegas and the same damn people is doing it over at any beach party or day party, the same damn thing. You know what I'm saying? You in Florida. Why? That's because it's a plus size event. You got to be a hoe or you got to be all big, or you in Florida, they doing the same thing at a resort. Don't get me started on Jamaica. It goes down. But at the end of the day, like I said, that outside of this, everybody's got to start treating and respecting people better. You know what I'm saying? With time, we got to know what's up. It's certain things you say, it's certain things you don't say. It's sad. Some people just don't have their own training. No matter how old you are, respect should be taught first. You feel me? But a lot of people don't got it. It don't matter what race you are.
I think it's important to remember, like you said, we're adults at the end of the day. People are going to do what they want to do. Why are you going to judge them?
Yeah.
This should be, essentially, this should be a judgment-free zone.
Yeah.
It doesn't end up being that way. That's the way
because some people never grow up. Some people never grow up. It's weird.
Yeah.
How, like I said, there was parts of my life I was bullied until I started standing up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those, like, I was a tough guy. I was bullied. But once I started to stand up, and then people start back, even if I lost the fight, you know what I'm saying? I feel like how you say? I feel like a lot of people who were bullied for being plus sized or a big girl, you know, with time, even for big dudes, you know, I was skinny. I got all skinny, but then, you know, I started putting on some weight. But I feel like a lot of people were bullied start to be the bullies because they start to see the attention, them being fine. Of course, most society, I'm not gonna say most, but a lot of society, the older we grow, the older we mature, we start to throw looks and size to the side. You know what I'm saying? Real people, not shallow people. So a lot of people, when they start recognizing that they're a finer big girl or a handsome bigger man, they start to be the bully. You know what I'm saying? And that's, like I said, it's like, damn, like, you know.
Yeah, it's almost
Yeah.
like that when you first come in, you know, to a community where it's part of being a self-esteem, right? Like when you first come into a community where you haven't received attention your entire life, I think that's one of the things that people get away from is you get that attention and it almost kind of goes to your head. You have to have that come to reality
Yeah.
moment. And that's one thing I was thankful for. I had friends in the community from day one, people like Katie Finn and her group kind of guiding me through going to these events, and people like Sean to kind of bring it back down to reality, right? Like, because you don't want to be that person, because that's the last thing we need is more mean girls in the community.
Yeah. I dated a plus size model. She was so humble before. And she told this she said, you know, I'm gonna get into modeling and, you know, is it okay? We still talk. So yeah, I supported it and everything. One of the more internet ones. She got to that bash and saw that attention and acted a damn fool. Left me for the muscle brothers. You know, when you start to see your clientele and your fan base a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh, that's how you feel. You know, I was with you before. But you know what I'm saying? It happens. Why? Because of the, you know, little fame poppers. But everybody reacts to things differently. You know what I'm saying? It took me a second personally because it's funny. I did not, till I got to bounce. When bounce got better, but even then, I still wasn't I was still shy. And once I got to bounce, because bounce was like the hot club. And I started getting a few little local like fans. It brings you like, yeah. So if you look at my old oh my God, I was like, you know, I have a little outfit. Like you was talking about, because of the attention. And yeah, eventually you'll get humbled. You will get humbled.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all find our place in the community eventually, right? Hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where do you think, you know, we're talking about what we're seeing now in the plus size community. Where do you think we could do better, specifically to plus size events? I know that a lot of groups have now changed their verbiage to not just being BBW parties, but size acceptance, which, you know, you would expect that to be men, women at any size. But where do you think we could do better in the community?
I think I've talked about this to a couple club owners and promoters, you know, themselves. How about not having just a party? How about speed dating? What's that guy? Tough Love. There's a show called Tough Love. I used to love that dude. You ever seen that show, VH1? I want to say it would be cool to set up more more talks between men and women. Like, it doesn't partying. How you say? There's not enough healing in. I mean, parties is cool, but a lot of clubs are just providing dress up how you want. You won't get judged. Just party. A lot of people are still hurting from the stories like that in the past, and from, you know, and still developing. So sometimes partying will bring the men and women with the false intentions. You know what I'm saying? It would just party all the time. A lot of these young girl, like I said, you told your story, and I know I got homegirls counting stories about how they were teased in high school and how they were victimized, things happened to them. So a lot of people were like, "Oh, I have a place where I can go dance, and there's men that like me." You know what I'm saying? And then that's walking into straight up another trap because there's men that know that there are women who felt like that. So there's like easy prey, easy targets. You know what I'm saying? Sean Black, I'm gonna keep it real. Like I said, I got homies in the plus size, 10 plus size events. I go, but Sean Black also in the barbershop. Sean Black also kicking the street. So I'm hearing both sides. I'm hearing dudes, people that really genuinely love thick girls and plus size women, and I'm hearing dudes who, hey, fat bitches got money. Fat bitches give you this. Fat bitches give you that. You know what I'm saying? It's horrible. You see how you feel? And then what's even worse, I tried to warn some of my plus size homegirls, hey, because men, we're not supposed to snitch, we gotta. But at the same time, because I'm cool with you, they're like, no, you're lying. He's not like that. I'm like, yo, I'm like, I'm trying to give him the signal, but
I'm
it's
sure
hard-headed.
I'm sure you've learned over time that sometimes people have to experience it for themselves, and sometimes they need to experience it quite a few times before it gets through to them.
I experienced. I had two crazy knuckleheads, and that's when I was like, I'm good. That's all it took for me was two.
Well, that's
I'm
good.
not going for 3, 4, 5.
No.
Yeah.
Just one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think what you said makes a lot of sense. Like, that's one of the things I know Emily and I have both really tried to gear towards when we focus on what we're doing with our events. I know that there are some promoters who do put in an extra effort. The hard part is, I think that we've spent so much time focusing on the partying, and that the people that want to come together to do more community-based events, to do more of the healing, like truthfully, the last year, me speaking about my mental health issues, and what I've been going through over the last year, so many people in the plus size community have reached out to me who I've met at events or through other, outlets that are like, I'm going through the same thing. Like, okay, well then let's start talking about how we heal from stuff like that. There are opportunities where it can extend beyond just the club nights and the drinking. Like, yeah, it's fun to get together and do that, but I want to also meet people who I can vibe with and have conversations with about life, people who I can, plan adventures with, but also people who are supporting me when I'm going through a rough time that I can support as well when that kind of dynamic. And I think a lot of that kind of comes to, it's almost like creating your own, you have to kind of shift off of the bash side of things, I think. At least that's personally where I feel. Kind of my mission over the next year is to do a little bit more of the meetups and the building a community, at least here in Central Florida. And I know, Emily, that's kind of been your focus, is building more of a community in Jersey.
Yeah, I think it's just more beneficial to the community. Everybody can have a party, but when you bring people together to actually get to know each other rather than just, through a drunken night on a dance floor and whatever might happen after, you create a better sense of community too.
Exactly. And I think one of the things that I'm seeing that I really like, I kind of stay back from the bash world now, but I've heard a lot of really great things about some of the community leaders creating different ways to connect through COVID. I mean, we've been in some of the craziest months of, 2020. We're in July now. And this year already we've seen several bashes and events have been postponed or canceled. But some of the leaders are finding ways to connect with people still through Zoom chats and game nights. Emily and I have hosted our own game nights. And I think that's really important. But also one thing that I really want to see more of personally, and maybe you can speak a little bit more on this, Sean, is support of the community when it comes to speaking up. I think we've seen, truthfully, there's a large audience of Black men and Black women who do attend some of the events. And with what we're seeing with the Black Lives Matter movement and racial injustice and social media right now and having these conversations, I want to see more people speak up about it in the plus size community. Yep. Because we've got
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
If watch this. If every black person, remember you, also the DJs too, who come to these events. If every black person were to stop going to these events, there would be no plus size industry. Here we go. I had some thoughts about this to roast things down. It really sucks that we had to, during these last couple weeks, I had to debate people who go to plus size events. And this is probably going to be the most serious portion. Black men and black women. Every race has a couple, like I said, we all got our ignorant folks, but at the end of the day, there are more stronger, intelligent, and educated black men on this earth than, I don't care what ghetto fight footage you've seen. I don't care what, every little stereotype you've seen, there are more stronger, educated, mentally strong, beautiful, amazing, handsome, talented African Americans on this earth in foolishness. It hurt me at the fact that, one, so many people in the community I saw will still try to debate what's going on, but you was partying with us. You was popping bottles. I got pictures. Like I said, you have them on Facebook. You can look through my photos of you. I got all type of white folks pictures, everything, especially the bash world, especially plus size events, top of wrestling. In the wrestling world, I've addressed this with them too, because it's been a rough couple weeks. You felt some type of way differently about what's going on when you approach pro police, all that. But you hang and we've popped bottles together, we party, we've been to pool parties together, all that. But yet you feel George Floyd was all he was doing drugs or whatever. You put up all these excuses. So that just goes to show lack of respect, and also people only like us when we're fun or docile, whatever. Long as we good little black folks, the ones we like, you good. At the end of the day, no matter who I'm raised, no matter who you see, I'm black. No matter who I date, no matter who I hang with, no matter what I do, I am still going to be judged. I'm still going to be looked at differently. I'm still going to go through trials and tribulations. I'm still going to be likely more to be pulled over. And some people, no matter what I'll do, I'll still be that N-word. So I say all that to say that to the misinformed and uneducated or ignorant, if you're going to love black people, love all of us. Love our struggle, love us through the fun and our struggles. And that is also for us, same with our Latino brothers and sisters, our Asians, all that. You got a black friend, whatever they say that they going through, and it's not crazy because some stuff is wrong. For instance, this is Candace Owens. She's an idiot. That's a sister. She's an idiot. Now, if a black person is siding with her, yes, you have some rights there. White folks, please speak up against her because she's an idiot.
You're the second one who said that. Danny said it 2 weeks ago too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's a consensus among quite a few people.
Yeah. So all we're asking for, like I said, the fair treatment with the police brutality. We know about black and black crime. That's another avenue we have to deal with. It's okay. It says in the Bible, like I said, it doesn't say Black Lives Matter does not say we're only slam focused on the police brutality. We know we have a job about the crime that goes on in certain communities. It's no problem to have several jobs. You know what I'm saying? But we do stand up with the violence. We try. I hate when people say, well, nobody's doing anything. There is thousands of people across the country. I'm part of an organization that sees fire that has like I said, I'm not frontline, but they go when the gang murders happening. They got mediators, things like that. There's thousands of jobs going on. There's thousands of people trying to create programs. I'm trying to start a company for underprivileged kids. And in my wrestling company, we try to talk about, things like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's another conversation. Don't give me that. Well, they don't do anything for black on black crime. That is bullshit, because there's thousands of hardworking people all across the country that are working to stop that and working to mediate it. It sucks that it does keep happening, but for every person trying, that means we're saving a life. Some way, somehow.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, Black lives do matter. All we're asking for is you ain't even gotta send money. All we ask is just support us. If you see us with a blacked out screen, if you see us protesting, you don't have to get out there. But don't get online and talk crazy against these innocent victims, these unarmed victims, and talk about, there's good cops, there's bad cops. We get it. But the bulk of the majority, we can go down a list. There's thousands of people all over this country who've been unarmed, meaning nothing, killed by police. If you didn't feel nothing for George Floyd, you can sit through that 9-minute video, which I still haven't, I've only seen highlights, and watch that man die and still find some way to justify it. You're a sociopath, you're a weirdo. Your mind fucked up. Also, lastly, plus size community. I'm not gonna, like I said, a lot of the brothers that travel, obviously, will go to events, whether you like them or not, whatever your experience, whatever. Yancey, Vic, Chris, all these people, these are educated men with hard-working jobs. Went to school, wherever they did, and they have homes, they have work, they are taking care of themselves, their families, and their bills, and they are able to fly all over the country to have fun. They save up money to fly all over the country to have fun, do what they do with their money they earn. They ain't selling drugs. They ain't doing nothing crazy to earn their money. And I still see people online. Granted, okay, it's okay to argue. They put something, whatever, a little like. But there's still people that honestly, and I told Yancey this. You see me tell them all the time. There's people that talk to these and me like we're some type of children. And that's that mindset. We can have fun with you, but you still. Hey, come here. Sorry. We can still have fun with you, but you're still dumb funny. You be fun, be the handsome, oil yourself up, tease us, be the sexy little Negro. Don't be smart, don't be militant, but just be that, be what we like. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't address this. People have seen it. People have seen it. There's a way to argue without belittling someone. You know what I'm saying? I'm 35, and Yancey older than me. Like a couple of these cats, they above age. You know what I'm saying? And there's people that talk to them like children. That's the racial mindset a little bit too. But these brothers, you can look at all these brothers. They got great working jobs. They doing what they do. They got homes. They're not getting money from women. They not all that. These are solid men. Whether you whatever personally vendetta, whatever, or something in the past, whatever. But there's like I said, there's a bulk. There's way more hardworking, educated, motivated African Americans than the foolishness that's way at the bottom. It sucks that the media sometimes pump up, oh Lord Jesus, there's a fire, and Antoine, you know what I'm saying? It sucks that it gets pumped up like that, but some people only go off of what they see. And there's racism in the community. Don't trip. I was talking to a conversation once, one of my first batches, we was talking about just life, everything. And the girl put another girl away, and then she was like, "Hey, where you going?" And then she was like, "Girl, he's black. Like, we don't do that." Like, first of all, you whisper like an elephant. And I'm like, wow. So there's an undertone. It's funny, I brought it up a few times. People like kind of dust it under the rug, like, oh, they don't have it. It happens at events. It happens. Yeah, people come. Even people have told me behind the scenes, like I said, like straight up, it's even real. There's people that say they only try out black men because they want to see the dick.
No, you're right. It does happen.
Yeah.
And the people who brush it under the rug, I don't know if, do they just not see it, or they don't want to see it, or they just don't think there's a problem?
One time, there was a group recently, and a girl posted, "What are the things you don't like about the plus size community?" And I was like, "The racism." He erased it. And I wrote it again, erased. Then she inboxed me. She erased it like, "I don't want that to come up. These are trying times. This and that." I'm like,
but you asked a question and it was answered.
That. We need to talk about it. That's exactly what needs to happen. That's how change happens, by having those conversations.
Yeah.
We're not going to pussyfoot around. You need to talk about it. You're not going to hide it, because that's what's happening now in the community. People are going to brush it under the rug. Oh no, that doesn't really happen. Bullshit. Yes, it does. It absolutely does. And you need to people need to call it out and say, that's not right.
Yeah.
This is what's really going on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's our responsibility. And, like you said, somebody said in the comments, love Black people like you love Black culture. What kind of music are we dancing to at these events? Who's the DJ? Like you said, like those are all things that you're not considering. Not you, but people are not considering when they're, when you start to look at this, they're like, oh, well, it's not my problem, because I'm not Black, or whatever their scenario is, or whatever their blinders are letting them, conform to. It is an issue though. And the problem is, especially when we start to see things like Breonna Taylor, plus size woman. She was a plus size woman. And Danny talked about this last week 2 weeks ago on our podcast. That is she's the type of person who would have been at one of our events. So we need to go as hard for, as hard as we complain about, injustice against fat people and fat shaming, we need to do the same thing for the people who are attending our events, and the people who are playing the music at the events and are helping run events and bring in a dynamic culture to the events. So I completely agree. I think that there's so much more work to be done in our community, and I just hope that we continue to find ways to do better and keep talking about it.
Yeah, I'll ride for anybody. Like, for instance, one time before I knew everybody, it was a Cinco de Mayo event. And I was like, well, shit, at least dress it up a little bit, a little for the Latino culture, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna pump the event, and I get there, the club look regular. I'm like, where do something, we gotta show everybody some love. But yeah, man. Lastly, the plus size influencers pissed me the fuck off. Now I Jasmine say she had to, she had to tell me, like, Sean, easy, it's a way to do it. So shout out to Jasmine. And if Abby knew, I
was going to say,
issues.
I'm sitting here like, hold on, I'm a plus size influencer, but go on.
Abby knew, I was like, Abby, where your people at? Either name who, but it was a couple who are either Black or mixed heritage. And I'm like, all this is going on, and you're pumping your promo codes. You're pumping your outfit, your shade, whatever you got going on, all over IG. Not even these with fucking black out signal. So in my mom, everybody said, Sean, ignore that. You ain't gonna win every battle, but use your. And I'm glad you guys are here. They say go to platforms, ask the platforms to speak out. So I'm glad you guys actually speak. Still a little hurt by a few people. You know what I'm saying? Because when I'm sitting up there, it's not about likes. I'm sitting, you got 10-something thousand likes for turning around and showing your behind. Mm-hmm. And I get 100 likes for posting the George Floyd picture. And something we can make change about. But people think the behind is better. Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
the behind is easier for them to accept sometimes. To see a
exactly.
naked ass on Instagram is a little easier for them to
Yeah.
swallow
Because
Yeah,
people don't want to
than
be
the issues that are
uncomfortable.
really going on. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
tough shit.
12,000
It's
likes.
time.
I tell people all the time, 12,000 likes. These motherfucking models don't care about you. They don't care.
No.
They don't care nothing about you. They want your money. They got a dude, most of them. They got the dude taking the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Generally,
your
you're
dumb butt,
literally just alike. Yeah.
your dumb butt want to send money to this one IG. What is this? This one IG model. She said, I want a damn Disney something bracelet for $400, right? On her message thing. You know, little things that pop up. Next thing you know, she was like, oh, so donated me the bracelet. Thank you, Poppy. And then she puts the message, anything you want, I'll get. What the fuck is that? You gonna donate $400 something to some woman you don't know? But Black Lives Matter, there's several causes going down. You
Yeah.
good? This woman ain't gonna never touch you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
She's sitting up there typing it. While the dude who banging her out is right next to her.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't even buy it. It's a crazy world we live in, though. But if you, hey man, I'm not hating on these only all this stuff and donate, because if somebody dumb enough to do it, then damn it, go for it.
I'll tell you what. If I had an OnlyFans right now, here's what would be happening, and here's what I've
Oh my
actually
God,
seen some people doing. For one, it's never ever going to happen. Just to be clear, it's never ever ever going to happen. Even when I was practically living on the street in Las Vegas, it didn't happen. So, but you know what? There are ways. Even the people who are doing stuff like that can participate and donate. Like, contribute a portion of your funds to a movement.
Yeah.
Donate those funds to a movement. There are ways.
Especially these people pushing 50, 10, 20, 30, 40 G's a month.
Yeah.
Come on. What more do you set, bro?
Yeah.
You set. It's something you could donate to. It's something you can help out at. You know what I'm saying? The world it's gonna get worse before it gets any better.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know things. A lot of people don't react to things until things hit them. And like I said, my first homeboy was killed. I heard the shots. I was like, damn, but he was, I don't want to talk about it, but he was trying to make the change. And then when my second homie was killed, he was a community activist and a pastor. He was innocently assassinated. That's what made me say, hey, let me check out this group he was in. Help out. And look, like I said, I'm not a gangster, never been. I'm working, have the privilege to help out. Like I said, I'm in the background. You ain't got to be in the front line, but it's somebody I chose to help out with. You know what I'm saying? And whatever, passing out clothes, whatever events they can do when I'm around, when I'm wrestling, I do. And that's all we ask. If every person got involved with a little something, we could change this whole world around. What you guys is doing? You guys is helping a lot of people. You guys are gonna be it don't matter how many people looking at it right now. It's somebody like, hey, I can be like these two women. I feel better because of myself, because of these two women have this platform. And that's all it takes. If everybody can contribute something, because so many people are just into what they do and what they got going on until something happens. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And so somebody said up in the comments, let's not forget the Black women. And I think that's something, when it comes to the events and the conversations, Danny touched on that a lot 2 weeks ago. We, like I said, in general, we need to go as hard for everybody in the community as we do when it comes to, fat advocacy, truthfully. I think that's our responsibility. You mentioned when it comes to influencers, I've spoken quite a bit about it on my page. We have platforms. I'm grateful I have a platform between TikTok and Instagram that I can speak on. And so it's our opportunity, it's our responsibility, not even just as an influencer, but I feel like just as a decent human, like this isn't a race issue. This is a human issue. This is
human.
it's not politics. This is a human issue.
Never, and we never, Shout out to all our beautiful, amazing Black sisters and all that. We never forget about you. Like I said, don't let any ignorance fool you. If a fool gets on here, you got. We got ignorance everywhere. But stay focused, stay positive. We love you, sisters. There's a ton of Black men that they love our Black women. We respect and protect. Matter of fact, in the pro wrestling world, I don't know if you heard, a lot of women spoke up about the so many wrestlers who sexual accusations and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And I knew one of the fools, and I was a heavy advocate even before it got. Sometimes it takes a while for people to believe you. And we had some info on this dude. People looked at us crazy, but sure enough, it finally came out. We got this idiot out of there. You know what I'm saying? So we got to protect our women. Men, like I said, stand up. We do got to protect our women. Like I said, it was a situation that Abby, like I said, we talked about, we had one, and like I said, Abby should have really got me because like I said, was famous. I just pushed that man in the face. Remember that Abby in Vegas? That dude, yeah. But like I said, I jumped on. Like I said, Abby, I think Abby, know deep down that, push come to shove, she good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've always been super blessed to have good friends in the community to have my back. So
yeah. So there's some good brothers back, and there's some good. So before you hear anything, the negatives, because it's always gonna be somebody with some negatives. It's a lot of plus. There's more positivity. Like I said, I'm sitting here with two great ladies right here. You know what I'm saying? And I would never met if I didn't go to an event. You feel me? So look at situations like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I agree.
Oh, and the worst, hands down, the worst people, the people that fuck shit up are the people that don't pay for events. They just show up. They call lobby lizards.
Yeah, no more lobby lizards. Come on, people.
Them the ones that fuck everything up. If you talk and give your number to a lobby lizard who don't pay for the event to show up, you asking for that shit. Whatever come with it, that it's none of us. It's none of the working brothers. It's the more off-brand, still wearing FUBU jumpsuit.
And they're waiting in the lobby to get a room paid for them somewhere.
Yeah. They mess it up for everybody.
See, but then the sad part is that unfortunately there's going to be a girl whose self-esteem has taken a hit and who is vulnerable and gets that attention and doesn't understand that not all attention is good attention, and she's going to fall for it.
Or what I think is even worse is the newbies.
Yeah.
Who go and they don't know any better. They think they come in and they're like, oh, I found this place that accepts me. And yeah, for the most part, half the part they do. And then you have the vultures on the sidelines and waiting in the lobbies.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There's stories for days on that one. It's funny. They have like a look too. It's a vibe. It's a look. That's what I'm saying. There's good, hardworking brothers who pay for their ticket. They come in these things, and then them little off-brand dudes to just show up. Yeah. You got it. Yeah. But over time, you should know better. Like, come on. You didn't see this brother at the event none of the days. He showed up on the last day, and people get your flights and everything. Where did he come from? And he stayed outside the whole time, just chilling in the lobby.
He's trying to catch something else. He's not trying to catch a flight. He's trying to catch something all
I've got 3 asks of the plus size community in 2021 because 2020 is shot. We're fucked for 2020, but let's look ahead to 2021. But actually, on the first one, we're going to look at that now because this is what we're talking about. 1, eliminate racism. 2, quit with the fucking lobby lizards. 3, please stop putting your hand on a plus size woman's waist, any woman's waist, when you're walking by her,
or body, or hair, or anything.
Little miss, excuse me. No.
Do not touch.
You know what? It's home training.
Mm-hmm.
Well, most of them have no home training.
Shout out to my mother, who really, like I said, single parent. My dad was there, but he was a weekend divorce. We created a better relationship down the line. And me and my dad have a great relationship to this day. But my mom is a bolt. And she never taught me a woman is walking by, you grab her wrist, you grab her hand. What is that? I see that all the time. Even crazier, girls do that to dudes too. I'm like, oh, that's another thing, yeah.
Oh, it goes both ways.
Yeah. Well, okay, that's a no-no. You don't do that. Like, I've never like girl walking by, like, snatch. The fuck is that? That's horrible. So that's strike one. But waist or hips, yeah, you weren't taught. You weren't taught to do that. Mom never taught me, or it's anybody. But it's generational because even my generation, you would walk up and talk to a girl. That's it. You didn't go, excuse me, you didn't touch. There's misconception. I don't know. Yeah, you
Well,
don't
and
walk up and touch
we
on
definitely
them.
better not be touching because, like somebody just said in the comments, coronavirus. So just don't touch me, period.
Like,
6 feet, please. Stay away. 6
keep
feet.
that same distance.
even dancing. Hey, even with dancing. Like for instance, when I was heavy in the clubs, I see a girl I think, I'll kind of give like a little signal. You know, you dancing, you catch her eye, you want dance, you know, something. Yeah, you guys dance. These days, dudes walk up like, you see a girl,
Yeah. Oh my God.
just walk up. Ox first. Ox first just walk up on them. You see that, like, hey, I can see why a girl get mad. Like, you know, always walk, turn a girl around, bend them over, and like,
Yeah.
What are we doing on the
Good way
dance
to get
floor exactly?
That's a good way to get smacked. I'm not an aggressive person, but
My mom's taught me this. My mom is a very spiritual woman. One of her best friends, a pastor, rest in peace. It was like sister. So her and pastor friend, it's funny when you it's crazy when you about to go out to a nightclub and you see your pastor in your damn house. You know, like, where you going, Sean? Late church. You know?
mm-hmm.
But it was funny. What the pastor said, rest in peace. I love her there. Pastor Carol Scott. He said, Sean, okay, I know you're young. You want to go out. You want to be social. However, you believe in God. So wherever you go, just take that light with you. Be that better person. You want to go out dancing or whatever, carry yourself in that way that somebody show you got some sense. And like I said, there's times I slipped up, I had a drunken night, whatever, but that really rained me. You know what I'm saying? You can still go out and have fun, and still treat people with dignity and respect. You ain't gotta, you know, walk up, shirt up, grind and all. It sucks because some people, like I said, that's all they know. So that's why it's accepted. Yeah. Because I know women straight up. My sister, and there's a lot of women, you try some stuff, they be like, get out of here. You know, right there. Like, get out of my face with that. Or something disrespectful. Like, go away. And it takes a lot of that, you know. That's going to be the, you know, or walk away gently. Don't, you know, because some dudes is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that comes back to, you know, like I said, a lot of the women who've never been to these events before and all they've known before this is that they were an outcast or they were ridiculed. So they come here and they're just kind of absorbing and craving any of this attention that people are giving them because they haven't had it before.
Yeah.
So, you know, what I've asked of especially women in the community who have been here for a long time, when you see somebody who's new, kind of take them under your wing, show them the ropes a little bit, and
Yes, please.
you know, without being like mothering them, you know, without mothering them, but just kind of, you know, protect them a little bit.
Agreed. That's how I survived the BBW Bash community. Just to be clear,
Yeah.
that's the
See,
only reason
it was
survived.
a damn shame. And we could talk about this too.
Mm-hmm.
Age, crime. I'm not, like I said, you know, all right, you know, there's a lot of things happening for me. Be proud of other people. Abby came in this thing new, and sure enough, like I said, that was around the same year that all those plus size model girls, Nicole, I don't know the name, but you know, that whole bunch of them IG ones came. They said they had the worst time of their life, and all the older women treated them like shit.
You know, we all have our own personal experiences, and we learn from those and we grow from those, like you said you did. And even as a community, those are things like we've talked about this entire last hour about opportunities for us to do better, ways that we can do better as a community, even not even just in our own personal experiences and our own journeys, but to support other people in their journeys too, and to make other people feel supported and appreciated and welcome to events. So I think that there's always an opportunity to do better.
Yeah, always. Still learning. I'm not excluded for nothing. I still learn. I still make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I'm a lot smarter. Like I said, I'm a lot smarter. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, that person talking about I've known you, you a heartbreak. I can't see it, but you damn right. I was a damn fool. I used to walk. There was a point when I was younger. I walk in that bitch shirtless back when I had a 6-pack. Hey, where is that? Where is that? And next thing you know, I'm like, oh shit. I'll read text messages and somebody crying, and I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, that was one of the things. You had women crying in the lobby, but you learned from it, right? Like,
yeah.
That's the goal.
Truth be told, I did not mean none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it happens without anybody meaning to do it. It just, we can't predict what everybody's gonna.
Abby, no. Abby, no. I never called nobody out their name, nothing. But like I said, it was, how you get groups of attention, and hey, I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? And I was in my 20s. Oh my God, a man in his 20s.
We're all human.
Ooh, no, the 20s.
Oh,
20s
yeah.
is nothing. You just look like a big ball of hormone.
Yeah.
You get brushed by. I'm like, dang. So I made a mistake. Yeah, but at the end of the day, like I said, we got to treat each other better. It shouldn't be no mean girls, man. Come on, man. Like we talked about it earlier. It's some dudes interested in all, but not getting the dude that you want. The world ain't over with. You ain't got to sabotage and treat somebody dirty because you didn't get that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Same with. Oh my God, there's some bitch ass men these days too. There's men that used to throw me under the bus. Oh my God, people that show me screenshots and stuff. I thought we was cool, and I was like, oh, that's how you feel. Don't talk to him. He's nothing more than a man whore. I'm the one you should be with.
Come on, yeah.
And they end up doing the woman worse than they said I would.
Yeah. But that's what we're saying. Grow from it, learn, and try not to be the asshole later on.
Yeah.
Learn not to be the asshole.
Yeah, you ladies, this for all y'all. If a man smooth talk you and he throws another man under a bus, that's automatic disqualification, bro. Real men don't do that to each other, too, and that's some sucker shit. That's like lame. You don't. If a woman is really interested in you, she'll let you know, or someone let you know. Never throw another man under a bus. Now, if the man is doing something illegal or pedophilia or some shit crazy, yes, by all.
That's different.
Raise sexual assault, all that. Raise your hand and let somebody know. But if the man talks to multiple people and you go over there and try to kill him, like, don't do that, bro. That's lame, bro. That's hella lame. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I just had to tell, I had to warn one of my friends about a dude who was a sexual offender, and he like on paperwork, and she had to see it. So that's a whole different ball game. But fellas, stop doing lame snitching, bro. Don't be an August Alcina. Don't be an August Alcina, y'all. I don't know if y'all familiar with that, but some people know.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Really like, ooh, my name drop.
That's a whole nother conversation. I've had a couple of those conversations lately about him.
I wish I could see the comments. Ooh, comments.
Oh, well, you'll see. I guess you'll be able to see them later. Courtney said, I wish someone would have warned me about my bad experience. You should have warned me, Sean. Somebody else said, survival of the fittest out here.
40 classic?
Yeah.
Yep. She whis it. You should have warned her, she said.
She hasn't been to an event. What happened? We'll talk about it.
Too funny.
Yeah. But Courtney, it's all love. Like I said, and even like I said, even the people I clash with, I don't hate you. I like I said, it's still love. Like you don't have to be. Oh, I hate him. I'm gonna delete him. Blah, blah. It's petty. It's so much more going on in the world. Every day we wake up and breathe is a blessing. I got laid off yesterday. I'm up here smiling and laughing, y'all. One because I'm about to get that higher unemployment. But but God has a way. There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Back again to the mean girls, to the guys that start stuff, to the guys people that really ruin the experience of plus size events and all that. It's petty. It don't have to be. There's another way. There's multiple people you can meet throughout the world, throughout the country. Multiple good people, all shapes and sizes, and work on yourself before you step out. I had issues. Have we talked about? I was getting therapy. I've suffered through depression. There's a point I was younger, near suicidal, self-esteem issues. My weight fluctuates up and down. Me being in the entertainment world, people really point out weight. I'm a wrestler and I've done TV and things like that. So when people have seen me ripped up and chiseled, people have seen me chunky. People, what happened? So in my family, I'm constantly in that eye. When it comes to the weight thing, our brother like to eat. But this right now is one of the best areas I'm in. Getting into more vegan food, things like that, and it's okay to be plus size and healthy. Like I said, people are skinny is healthy. No, skinny can be just as bad. If your heart fucked up, what you eating.
Yeah, no, not always.
So,
skinny does not equal healthy, and fat does not equal unhealthy.
Yeah. So, like I said, that's another thing I can relate to the whole plus size movement. You know what I'm saying? Because just being, like I said, shit, even at events. So, but once again, man, I appreciate. Like I said, anytime you need me for this platform, please let me know. This is a blessing to what you two ladies are doing. I wish more and more people can see.
Absolutely.
Can see this. I remember I did the Vegas one, their radio station, a couple times. Who the ladies that do theirs?
We're growing. We're gonna take over the world. It's gonna happen. Watch. It's gonna happen. Yeah. But thank you so much for coming on. And Emily, if you want to lead into, normally we ask 2 questions for our special guests. So we want to lead.
Yes. The first one I want to ask is, what is one piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Stop. I would tell them stop trying to seek all the attention. I still had a lot of high school mindset of being Mr. Popular, Mr. the hottest dancer, the hottest clothes, and all that. And I could have been working more and building. I had opportunities to work more and to make money and be more financially set, but I wanted to club and party. I didn't want to take Saturdays off and da-da-da-da. And I had some good gigs that I passed up because I wanted to be the man in LA. LA is only one little percent of the world, So I would have focused more on school, and I would have took those jobs and stacked up and been more financially set than what I was.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of buying custom-made shoes and stupid belts, spinning rims. I didn't have the real rims. I had the plastic ones. Because
those real ones were really expensive.
Yeah. I had fucking 22-inch tires damn near on a raised Honda Corolla. That's a damn shame. Keep it up with the Jones.
Yeah. I mean, hindsight's 20/20. I'm sure you had fun at the time. You look back on it now and be like, where is all that now?
Fun / negative something in my bank account.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then one other question from me. If you could have any power or be any superhero, who or what and why would that be?
I would be I'd probably be Batman. One, because Batman was a billionaire. Two, he fought crime and still did charitable causes. Remember, Bruce Wayne was like the biggest donator, like in the city,
Absolutely.
and then he also fought crime in the city and all that. So that's everything I talked to you about today.
Yeah.
I would love to fight crime in my city.
There you go.
I'm sitting on some money, you know, and donating to causes all over the world. Bruce Wayne donated everywhere. You remember that? We watched the movies. He was always known. Nobody knew it was Batman. They just knew it was Bruce Wayne, the millionaire that donates to charities all over the world. Yeah, Black Panther will be second, but I don't. He's black, and like I said, I wanted, like I said, but he's his own realm. I love him. I love Black Panther, but I don't want to jump on it because everybody would say him. Black. I love Black Panther too. Yeah, I love Black Panther too. But and that's a blessing that movie became so influential.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. That big, very big influential movie to everybody. Shout out to everybody involved in Black Panther. A couple wrestlers got this tryouts. I think it stopped, but like our connections, if they restart the the auditions, for background. Trying to jump in there.
I love it. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. Is there anything social media related that you want to plug, or how do we find you on Instagram?
My wrestling, we got two. So my official wrestling company, at official of course, _ amped up wrestling together. Amped up wrestling. That's the IG. We got a like page on Facebook. Like us. My second company is Compton Mania. That's together. So Compton, Easy E, all that, NWA. Compton Mania, like WrestleMania. At Compton Mania IG. I think Compton Mania has a like page. Underscore my page, underscore J Urban, and underscore, I'm sorry.
You're good.
At Urban _ J 84.
And we'll tag
That's
you
where I'm at
when we post on social media as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, you guys. Thanks for joining, for tuning in with us tonight. And I'm sure we'll have Sean on a future episode because this was awesome.
Yes. Thank you so much. It was great talking to you.
I love having the male perspective because it's, normally it's Emily and I. So this was great. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then if you whoever in them comments talking, I'm about to read them comments. You might get an inbox.
Listen, as soon as we're done here, you can go onto Facebook and read all of them.
All right. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. And please don't forget to wear a mask.
Yes, please.
Oh, no, I got mine.
Yes.
Corona is real.
Sean Flores. They got masks for $5. Go down to the hood and get you a mask. No excuse.
We got dollar stores here. They're selling them $3 for $1. Just all you need is something over your face.
Let's knock this out. Come on, y'all.